What's going on, guys? Chris here with Clutter Reduction Junk Removal in Palm Beach County, Florida. And today we're going to be doing a little bit of marketing. We're going to be doing our ghost route. We have to stop by SWA to get our decal for the truck and trailer so that when we weigh out late in the day, we can get a refund right away versus going through their email system and doing that whole long thing. And I want to show you really quick some of the revisions I've made with my cards and flyers over the years that I think kind of help stand out a little bit without making it too cluttered word-wise, and a way to kind of save myself money in the long term, and I'll explain that in a second. All right, starting off the list, I want to go over our spring cleaning little promotion that we made. I posted this on my social media the other day, and I think I talked about it in one of my videos a while ago, but I hadn't completed them yet. But this is my spring cleaning promotion. I'm sending this out to all former clients, so people who've already used me going all the way back to when I first opened business, as long as I have a physical address for them. So, ready for spring cleaning. Went with the light blue because it's spring. On the inside, it's just thanking them for allowing me to service them. This is a special promotion. Use this card to receive your discount. Now, you'll notice that's written in. I left the discount part blank. And the reason being is, depending on the type of client, I sent them different promotions. So, if they were a real estate agent or a professional, they got 15% off. And the reason being is they're likely going to use me multiple times on a larger scale. If I know them personally, maybe I have a little bit of rapport built with them, or they've used me for multiple jobs, they got 10%. Everybody else got $25. So they're not super crazy discounts, except for the 15%, that can add up. But they're not super crazy discounts. They're not too far off from what any of my other promotions would have been that I do over the course of a year. But they're enough to kind of bring in somebody who may need junk removal soon, especially if it's somebody from the past. Now, as far as flyers go, this is the first flyer I ever really made professionally, like through Vistaprint. And you'll notice, maybe, that there's something missing. See if you can tell me what it is. Give you a second to look at it. All right, you're taking too long. There's no website. That's a big deal. Because you gotta think, I got this when I was first started business. There's a good chance if you Googled clutter reduction, it would be pretty hard to find me. So having a website here not only would make it easier to find my service if you can't find it through Google, but it also puts a little bit of trust behind the flyer. So with the flyer, okay, they do junk removal. All right, they take away furniture, they take away appliances, they do clean outs, cool. Free estimates, awesome. 10% off, nice. They serve all Palm Beach County. Oh, they're licensed and insured, even better. But that's it. You know, who's running it? Is it a corporate? Is it a franchise? Is it a small business? You know, what kind of reviews do they have? I can't find them on Google very easily. Bye. So, having the website builds that trust. They go look at my website, they look at my reviews, they look at the pictures, they see I'm a small business, they get some idea of who I am and how I service myself and how I service others. And it just builds a little bit of that base value versus just having a blank card. So that's something I've learned, is to always include your website. And I learned to add pictures if you can. So this is my second flyer. Same promotion, $35 off versus 10%. But it's just meant to be a promotion to lure someone to use me a little bit more likely. Have a little bit of a description down here of the things we do. I mentioned that I'm locally owned and operated, blah, blah, blah. Call us today for free estimate, phone number, website. But I did find with the pictures that it helps not only giving a little bit of a visual, because not everybody knows what junk removal is, but I also made sure to include a picture of myself because I am a small business and I do want me to be the face value of the business. So I found that to be helpful as well. This is our most current one. So again, pictures. Went ahead and got a picture of me in there with the trailer. The background is a picture of a cluttered garage. Phone number on the front, our little motto. On the back's all the information. So free estimates, phone number, our services, ways you likely use us, website. So I kept the website, I kept the pictures, I kept the picture of me. Those are the things we learned. The one thing I don't have on here though is a discount. And the reason being is this is just my standard like pass out discount or flyer. If you go on my website and you go to inquire with me, I provide a automatic $25 discount just for inquiring online. So as long as they make it to my website, they're already going to be getting a $25 discount, which isn't too far off from this, which is the same as this up to basically 3/8 of a truck. So you just have to get to there. But this is just a standard mailer. I have plenty of these in the background if I want to do a promotion where I want to lure people in a little bit more or try to help stand out. But that's the reason for that. And then we did go ahead and get new business cards. I like the ones I have before, and I'll try to show you them later in the day. I think they're on my truck. I don't like how the letters kind of came out so small, but maybe it's just because it's new to me, and I'll try to figure it out a little bit. Maybe I'll get used to it. I did do it because I wanted to include these are all like the main things I typically have. And then just went ahead and threw the logo on the back. But again, you got the website, big bold letters at the bottom, phone number, email if somebody wants to reach out to me directly. I find it useful to have emails on there because your typical customer is probably never going to reach out to you directly to email when they have your phone number in your website, but a business will, or a property manager will. They're likely going to go right through your email because it's the easiest way to contact you. So that's what we got for now. Look at this little guy over here just living here rent-free, worry-free, doesn't have to worry about marketing, doesn't have to go out and do work. Right, Bubs? You're sleeping? No, you're awake. Yeah, look at you just living life. Must be nice. So, we're going to go ahead and head to the transfer station now, and I will see you on our ghost route. Alright, we got the decals done. I'll show you them at the next place, but right now we're at a Wawa, which is right off of a highway exit. This is a very busy Wawa, and we're just kind of sitting out right in front of the gas pumps. And we went ahead and just posted some things to social media, Facebook, went through some of the groups, looked for people looking for recommendations for services, which something I always do is, for example, someone's just asking about getting a walk-in shower reinstalled. And we actually just got a walk-in shower through Bath Fitter, which they come in and basically just put almost like a sticker over everything else, and then they include plumbing and all that stuff. And I've had someone who I know who's used it in the past well. I knew someone in the past who have used it and it went well. They got that done like 4 years ago and it's still going good. So we just got that done. So I commented about the Bath Fitter, and then I said, by the way, if whoever you end up going with doesn't haul away the debris for whatever reason, and I went ahead and plugged in my business. So it's things like that where you're not directly marketing, but you kind of are. You're still solving the solution, which is a part of the group rules, but then you're just kind of plugging yourself in there as well, assuming it kind of goes hand in hand. If someone's looking for a veterinarian, I'm not going to say, oh, by the way, I have a junk removal business. But if someone's looking for anything home related or a trade or moving or anything like that, I usually plug in my business after I answer the question. So just a quick tip, look at your local groups. I'm involved in 9 of my local groups, and I just try to check them every day just to see what people are talking about and just go ahead and comment what you can. Some of them do allow business posts as long as you're a legitimate company and you include a website, pictures, and contact information, stuff like that. But some of them don't, and that's when you have to be a little bit more tricky with the comments. Otherwise, it's free game, and that's just straight advertising for your specific area. Like, you know, the people that are going to be looking at your post belong to your city. It's not like putting on a Google ad that someone's looking at it from, 25 miles away, because you have to do your radius, and your radius sometimes puts you in service areas that you don't offer. So just a quick tip there when you're doing your social media. But now we're going to head to a Home Depot. We'll sit outside for another 20-25 minutes. We'll hop over to a Lowe's, and then we're going to go to a racetrack. They're all right next to each other, and again, they're right off the exit of the highway. So very busy areas. And then we'll probably go ahead and head home and do some stuff on the computer and take it from there. So we're at a Lowe's right now, and I'm actually not parked where I normally am. If you can see over there under the indoor lumber yard, there's about 5 or 6 trucks there. They are all contractors. The reason I'm on this side of the lot versus the front entrance where I normally park is because my goal right now is to pull in contractor work. So normally you kind of just go for residents that are going to Home Depot or Lowe's to pick up home projects or supplies, or maybe they're just going to buy a screwdriver or whatever. But I actually want to be on this side because this is where all the contractors are coming by. They're picking up their lumber, they're picking up their concrete, their windows, their doors, because they're doing house remodels. And what I have found is that a lot of contractors that don't already have a dump trailer because they do roofing or they do like demolition, they normally don't have a trailer set up. They just use pickup trucks. And oftentimes they don't have people to get rid of the debris for them. They usually end up doing it themselves, or they'll pay their other guys to do it. And when you get to a certain point where you're busy enough and you just don't have the time, or at least you don't have the time that makes sense for the value that you're paying, they'll just hire it out. So you'll be like a third-party service. So right now we're kind of sitting on this side because every time someone goes over there to pick up stuff, they come out this exit and wrap around. So that's what we are marketing towards right now. But we just got a call from one of our former clients to go pick up a couch. Well, actually, it's a two-piece sectional. It's going to be out on the curb, so I'm getting there at 4 o'clock. It's almost 2 o'clock right now. So we're going to be continuing our ghost route, but we're going to kind of start making our way up to West Palm a little bit because it's about 25 minutes away from me. Her house is actually about 40 minutes from me. So we're going to start making our way to that area, so when I go to get my ETA call, I know for a fact I'm going to be there on time. I don't like to be late. And right now, I mentioned this in my video I made last night about marketing. I called it a marketing tree, and it kind of got me thinking. The tree was the best example I could think of because in reality, kind of like this, right? So you have your business, that's a bush, that's what everyone sees, right? And then you have your marketing, your trunk, your power source. And then down here, you have all your different branches, right? Branches of marketing. If I go to market to a realtor, and then they give my card to their client, and then their client uses me and they're happy and they refer me to their friend, what you just did was you just ran down the branch. So say this branch right here is a realtor, and then they give their card to their client. That's this branch. And then they're happy with my service, they refer me to a friend. That's this branch. And it continues to just grow into the ground, and it never leaves, right? Once that person has used you, they have your memory. They have your cards you send them. They are now your former clients. So when you send them email marketing, text message marketing, you send them follow-up cards, they leave you a positive review. Once that review is in, it's in. It's going to be seen forever until Google shuts down. But that one imprint that you put on the realtor transferred to the client, and now is being seen by hundreds of people who look at your profile every single day. Well, hopefully that'd be nice. But every time someone goes to look at your profile and they see your review, they're going to see that positive review that client left, that came from your realtor, that came from your business card that you handed to them during your marketing. So I know it's kind of childish, but I thought it'd be kind of fun to draw like a marketing plan like that and just line up like the 5 ways I try to network at least, which is kind of what I talked about in the video yesterday. I do that when I'm slow, but it's also my just general marketing. That's how I generally market. It's just that when you're slow, you can invest a little bit more time into it. So I'm going to write down the 5 ways I do my marketing and then kind of branch out how they kind of disperse and then how they connect as well. So I actually made a little like clip of that. So with these 2 branches, you'll notice how they kind of converge together in the middle there. And that could be something like, let's say you market to a realtor and you go to do a job for someone and there's a contractor on site. And then that contractor sees you pull everything out real quick. And maybe they say, hey, I have stuff like this all the time. You know, can you do jobs for me? So just like that, just by marketing to that realtor and being on that job provided an opportunity to market with other people who are already there, aka a contractor. And then maybe in the future, that contractor works with another realtor and they say, hey, do you know anyone that can haul away debris? And they say, yeah, I got a guy. And just like that, you are marketing without having to do anything. It's free marketing. All you have to do is initiate this step, and then you just let it build. And you let other people do it. Now, the only thing you have to watch for is people aren't going to refer you unless you're a good service. So when you're doing jobs for people, be professional, be polite, be courteous, be quick, be fair, right? You want to provide that true 5-star value every single time you do a job. That is where I truly believe that franchises start to falter, is they run everything the same, but you're never going to get to the same employee. You're never going to have the same experience because everyone differs. Everyone does things a little differently. Even if it's under company policy, it's always going to be just a tad bit different. You ever go to McDonald's to get French fries? they pride themselves on making sure that everything is done the same every time. But you go to McDonald's, you get some French fries, maybe they're a little soft. Maybe they're not salty enough, right? Maybe they're just a little bit overcooked. Maybe the next time you go, they're perfect. But then the next time you go, they're a little soft again, right? It's never perfect every time. And I'm not saying you're going to have a perfect job and perfect experience every time. A lot of times, it's actually the client that's the issue, not you. But if you can pride yourself on providing that service all the time, every client, no matter what, how much more do you think your business is going to grow knowing that every time you provide a service, it's a 5-star service, and that is what people want? Yes, people want cheap too, but the customers that we want provide, or they prioritize value over anything else. They want to make sure that you're going to get there on time. You're actually going to show up. That's a big thing down here in South Florida. But they want to make sure you're going to get here. You're actually going to do the job. You're not going to say, yeah, I know I told you $199, but I'm going to go and jump this up to $299 just because, right? People do that. They price gouge. Or they'll say like, oh, you got a bag of tile over there. I got to charge you $100 extra. That's our heavy item fee. It doesn't matter like what size piece it is. It's just a flat rate fee. In reality, it's like you don't have to do that. So at the end of the day, I just truly believe that no matter what size you are, the more you can provide true, consistent customer service, the better off you're going to be. And I think that's the big problem with these corporate places and these franchises. Every day it was like that with the moving companies. We get a job where like I could be with a good crew, like a great crew. Everyone in there is, crew leader, like quality. We can go in, bang out the job, get out, not a single damage. It could be a 12, 13, 14,000 pound job, which is a big job. And we could bang it out in a couple of hours less than what it would have been if somebody else was doing it. And you might get a guy who, he's all right, he's a crew leader, but, he basically worked his way up just because, it wasn't like he was like pushed into it. Or, maybe he is all right, but the guy he has with him, it's kind of meh. Maybe he has another new guy with him. And just like that, very common situation, just like that, the quality of that crew versus the quality of your like A team over here is going to drastically change, and that's going to affect the shit out of your customer's experience. And that's the problem, is the bigger you get, if you're not on top of how your customers and your employees are being treated and how they're pushing out your business values, if that's not kept on top of, it's going to falter at some point. And it may be just a little bit, it may be a lot, but at the end of the day, I would rather have the consistent value provided from person A, who is maybe a little bit smaller, versus person B, who, yeah, if they were to tear down my house, their insurance policy could probably buy me a new one, whereas he would just have to fix up a couple of walls. But consistently, are they going to show up on time? Are they going to give me a 6-hour window and then show up 7 hours later? Or, are they going to come and change the price on me 3 times because everyone's so fucked up with their miscommunication? I don't know. I'm just saying, that was a long rant. So I'm going to end the video here because that's going to be a long video. But I'm going to keep my rant in there because that's how I truly feel. So that is it for me. And again, we're just going to go park out a couple more places, head to that job. It's just going to be a quick 2 pieces on the curb. Nothing to really film. But it'll obviously be all over my social medias later. So we'll see you guys later on in the week. And thanks for watching.